Guys, my name is Noni Matikela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Oh, Gosi, I'm on this video. Let's talk about what went down. This is what made the day to be special. Yabona ubaloyi uthe esiyolala wabe eregreta ukuthi what the hell was he doing in the morning to begin with? Because oh my God, what he did can never be undone. Because the defense lawyers they were called by their clients. Kwathiwa wozani la nina, nangu umshimbi usenzeka apha. Wozani yini ngathi siyajwayeleka nje. Abafana babiza abameli baza. I wanna dotted down to the T. I want to read it for you, then we will talk about it. Now, Umnisi comes back now from getting instructions from accused number 1 and accused number 3. Umnisi uti, I have instructions here, my lord, that I must tell the court from my clients that I'm representing. Uti, today, what is happening here? It's a symbolical gesture of a trial that lacks the requirements and elements of a fair trial, my lord. That is premature in the following grounds. That each time the state is coming out with an allegation, the court is taking it very seriously. But each time the accused are raising something, the tone with which the court is regarding that seems to be a very low tone, my lord. He has a low tone, my lord. A watered down tone, my lord. That is because of the following, my lord. There is a witness who came here and the court has just made an example of that witness. There's a witness who came here, that is Mr. Zungu, who said, Lentole ayipheleli lana. It was that is one, he was trying to clarify a point that was raised by the state. I don't know who was a prosecutor but I think it was Dr. Sibande. And then he was saying to Dr. Sibande, or the prosecutor who was involved on that day, can you please not put words in my mouth? Because the minute you are doing that, remember this thing, there are people out there who might think I forcibly implicated these accused persons that are before court here. But the court then chose to interpret it in a way that was actually meant that the court's life would be in danger, or somebody else's life would be in danger, meaning on the side of the state. And that was not in the implication. That was not the implication, my lord. But it was just specifically chosen to give that particular narrative, my lord. But over and above that, my lord, what has happened here is that when Mr. Mukwena was testifying, when Gwabini was testifying here, there are police who just came here and arrested the members and arrested people. Those were the members of the investigating team who arrested those people who were accompanying Mr. Gwabini to come to court here on daily basis. And after that, they came up with the allegation that the court's life and the prosecution's life is in danger because, amongst others, the defense and specifically my name was singled that was Missy who was saying this, guys. I love to interfere in businesses that do not have to do with me, that we are also complicit in that court. I mean, in that plot to assassinate the court as well as the state, my lord. But subsequently to that, my lord, there are a number of witnesses that we had to call. The witnesses specifically told us that we are no longer prepared to come and assist in that court because once we arrive there, we are going to be arrested as it had happened to the people that came accompanying Gwabini. And that is basically brought to the attention of the court, my lord. But as I'm saying, in everything that we are bringing to the court gets watered down. And today, my lord, it is happening again. There is an explanation as to what could have happened yesterday. It came from the person who was doing gestures with Mr. Ndanzi. He's given an explanation of what was actually happening. It is an innocent explanation. Instead of the state And the court saying, yeah, no, we do understand that was just with these people who were just, because Mr. Mukwena and Danzi, Mr. Mukwena is a transporter of Mr. Danzi. He has been part of Danzi's life in terms of transporting him for the past 3 years. I can regard them as brothers, my lord. I mean, as brothers, instead of the court and the state saying, oh, we now see no harm was meant with that gesture, the state continues to perpetuate the negative stereotypes that was meant to harm somebody. And that is elevated by the court to another degree again, that it did not end up there. The court brings in the element of saying that there was a gesture that somebody's throat was going to be slashed. I don't know what is that relevance. What is the relevance of that, my lord? The accused that I am representing are very concerned about the attitude, my lord. Hence, they are saying they realize that the thing or the presumption of neutrality that they had bestowed on the court, my lord, is gradually waning away from where they are seated, my lord. In view of the utterances that the court has said, my lord, thank you. Okay, may I say, my lord, that in view of also what has happened here, I feel very aggrieved. I am emotionally affected because the court has once again raised that monster that is still hanging on my head, that I am part of a plot to assassinate the court. I'm not even so sure whether I am in position to proceed with the trial today, my lord. Thank you. My God. After that was said, oh my lord was busy saying, okay, I hear what you are saying. Let's continue. We are not done. We are not done. I went to my client also to speak to him. He wants to add 2 cents on that. We are not done. Come here. We are not done. Come here, my lord. Oh, my goodness. I was so happy. I was jumping up and down because they told him off. You are biased. You are taking sides. We see you. We have noted that. And guess what? It's on record. And chest pains, chest pains, oh my lord. Oh, Sana, let's continue with that. And then, Umnisi says, thank you, right? And then, oh my lord, he says, are you ready to go with it? No, I'm asking Ulona, Umalo now, and no, I'm in support of what my colleague advocate says. Yes, I take it. Yes, my lord, also in support. Is that also? Yes, my lord. And even Mr. Ramsipele, you are in support of what your colleague is saying. Indeed, my lord, fine. Can we now start then? Actually, my lord. I'm aware you have said all the things, fine, we can continue now. I asked to place, and then Umshololo comes in, guys. I asked to place the submissions and concerns raised by my client. The concern raised by my client, yes, judge now, what concerns are those? Yes, concerns raised by my client. Concerns raised by my client when asked to leave, to go to approach my lord. Umshololo is explaining that I asked to also go and approach my lord, and they leave to go and approach my lord, and you have to, my lord now is saying, you have to go down. No, my lord, I'm asking opportunity to address the court regarding the concerns raised by my client when I asked the leave to go and consult with him, my lord. My lord, I allowed everybody to consult. Yes, and have you been Mr. Advocate? My lord, I went there. At this point, DJ enjoy your dizzy engesezwa noma kwenzekalani wavela waba ukhehla same time waba mdala umuntu wayazi age yakhe ithini izinto zafana ne-age yakhe. What is it? Because he hated the very fact yokuthi they told him you are biased. He hated it. Now ebengasaziva engasazi nokumsholo engasamuzwa nobuthini athi, how many times did you consult with your accused number 4? No, umsholo is like, no, regarding this issue. In fact, at my colleagues, we discuss everything that was raised by my client, my lord. I want to come and submit Mr. Mapisa. So I'm saying I'm in support of what Mr. Nisi said. Then he also called. Yo, ujaji guys wavela wahlanya umsholo lo ke athi Miss Mshalolo athi, thank you my lord, I don't want to repeat. Oh, athi, do you want to repeat what was said already by your colleagues? Athi Mshalolo, thank you my lord, I don't want to repeat what has been said by my learned friend, my lord, but I want to raise and place it on record the concerns that have been raised by Mr. Ntuli regarding the occurrence that has happened now. To say, and then this is Mshalolo now putting what Mtuli's instructions were regarding the entire incident. Mtuli says, to say, each time the state has a tendency of bringing wrong accusations to accusations, the wrong accusations that have been leveled against Mr. Ntansi does not fit well with him as an accused, as Mr. Ntuli. It's an unfair treatment that he's receiving in this court when you see what the behavior of the state regarding the clip that has been placed before this court, and the clip has been wrongly interpreted, and has been wrongly assessed by the court, which posing a danger to them of not receiving a fair trial in this court, because whatever wrong information that is placed before this court is accepted by good hands without having been investigated, the truthfulness of the allegation that is being leveled. Those are my submissions in respect of accused number 5. All right, that's it. Are we proceeding, Mr. Ramsipili? Because you said you are calling another witness. If that was a soccer match, I'll say I'm proceeding under protest, and I know that the court will know what proceeding under protest means. And at that point, oh my lord, laughed. It was a light moment because he is a former soccer star, so he understands what Ramsipile is saying here. And right there, my guys, it was the defense showing Ubaloyi middle finger. It was the accused showing Ubaloyi middle finger, because what the hell? What were you trying to do? And that was the result of the entire proceeding of the day going smoothly, properly. And Ubaloyi was stripped down of the bloody black robe. Kesana wabangati uyazama lokho akuphaphe bekwenzile kwamshova to a point angakhanga icike. That ukuphapha kwenzile, the previous videos that I've done, the previous 4 videos that I've done, related down to this situation, because he was busy trying to get Urata to stand with him and trying to remove him, the mind of the court, to what was happening yesterday when it comes to Umutau and stuff. And the mind of the court was brought back to life, Kesana, by all accused Bati. I was telling Loko, Bamlanda fresh. Guess what happened the entire day? Ujad Rata could not even stand next to Baloyi, could not even assist, not even on one objection. He kept being mised. What continuation, just like that, they dealt with him. He was busy doing up and down. And my God, it was lit in the courtroom. I'm coming back with another videos. I just wanted to show you Ubuti defense was not here to play Kesana. Defense was not here to play Kesana. So what, in a nutshell, they were saying, the state allegations are taken seriously immediately. The defense concerns are minimized or dismissed. The court is amplifying negative interpretations, e.g. the gestures, the threats. The judge is introducing his own interpretation, throat-slitting reference. That combination is not random. It builds towards a future argument under Section 35 of the Constitution of South Africa, specifically right to a fair trial and impartial trial, right to a presumed innocent, to be presumed innocent, right to challenge evidence properly. Secondly, the Zungu moment, why it matters. The reference Zungu is strategic. The defense is saying Zungu tried to protect himself from being misquoted he feared being seen as implicating accused falsely, the court reframed that into a threat narrative. That's a powerful claim because it suggests the court may be misinterpreting evidence in a way that favors the state narrative. If through that becomes not just an error, but a pattern of interpretive bias. Also, the arrest of witness associates a hidden explosion on its own. This part is actually the most dangerous legally. People linked to a witness were arrested and other witnesses now refuse to come to court. That raises two serious issues. Witness intimidation, direct or indirect, even if unintended. The effect is witnesses feel unsafe, defense case becomes harder to present. Secondly, fair trial procedure, also fair trial prejudice. If witness refuse to testify, the defense can argue we were denied the ability to present our case fully. That's a serious constitutional complaint, not a small procedural issue. Number 4, the gestures issue, why defense is angry. This is why things escalate emotionally. Defense position, gestures is equal to harmless interaction, brotherly-like familiarity between Untanzi and Mukwena. State is equal to interpret it as an intimidation. Court escalates this to violent implication, throat slitting. That last step is critical because once the judge adds a violent interpretation, it creates perception of alignment with the state's suspicion, and that's exactly what the defense is reacting to. Now, number 5, the most important line in everything that the defense was sharing, the presumption of neutrality is gradually waning. That is not casual language. That is a soft accusation of judicial bias on record. And Judge Rata got that very much. They are saying, they are not asking for recusal. They are documenting discomfort, signaling loss of confidence, building a record for appeal, because he likes saying, take me to appeal. And guess what? He never said it once. Kesana Izo. Emotional breakdown of the counsel, why it matters. When the advocate says, I am emotionally affected, I'm not sure if I can proceed today. That's not weakness. It's a tactical and legal. It serves to show the allegation assassination plot is serious and prejudicial. It affects ability to represent the client properly. It reinforces the claim of hostile trial environment. Number 7, proceeding under protest. This is the legal trigger. This is the most important procedural move. When counsel says, I proceed under protest, it means we continue, but we do not accept the fairness of what just happened. Legally, this does 2 things. Preserve the issue for appeal, prevents the court from later saying, why didn't you object at the time? It's a protective shield. And what the judge response reveals, the judge says essentially, I've heard you, let's proceed. No ruling, no engagement, no clarification. That creates a perception of dismissal rather than resolution. And that feeds directly into the defense narrative. We are not being heard. Our concerns are being watered down. Now, stepping back, not everything defense says automatically proves bias. There are also possibilities. The judge may be trying to maintain control of proceedings, but we know that he is biased. The court may see issues as non-material distractions. No, he moves with what the state says. Sorry, the defense may be amplifying issues strategically, but here's the key truth. Perception matters as much as reality, in a trial. If the accused believe the court is no longer neutral, that alone becomes a legal issue worth recording. Now, the bottom line is I'm landing with this video. What happened here is not just argument. It's a battle over the legitimacy of the trial itself. The defense is building a narrative that the court is elevating the state. The defense is being undermined. The witnesses are being discouraged. Interpretations are titled, neutrality is fading. And by saying we proceed under process, I don't know what's going on with me. I'm very, very sorry, guys. We proceed under protest. They've logged that moment into official records. And that was what led to the entire day being number one, because of Papa Kabaloyi. What are your thoughts when it comes to this? I'll see you on our next video. Bye-bye.